Right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the June meeting of the Hong Kong Philatelic Society and the Hong Kong Study Circle. The meeting is, of course, again sponsored by the Federation of Inter-Asian Philatelic. We have a lot of participants in this meeting, and the theme actually is show and tell. So you can just tell us what you want to tell. I think I shall actually give Sarah the first go because she's in Australia and it's now what, midnight or something. So
no, it's only it's 11:05.
Oh, it's 11:05. Oh, well.
Yeah,
it's still quite late.
Still getting past my bedtime. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. I won't stay till the end of the meeting.
Okay. So do you want to start first?
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, ladies first, I said. Right, go. I'll stop sharing. Okay. Yeah. So what do you want to tell us?
Okay, I'm pulling it up.
Yeah,
Has it come up?
Not yet.
Not yet.
You have to go to share screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you are. Good. Well done. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, you got to. Okay, stop. We got the wrong thing. Okay.
I tried it.
Share screen.
Mm-hmm.
Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Where's it gone? I hate these things sometimes.
Should be at the bottom of your screen if you hover the cursor.
Yeah.
It should be just here. I had it here when I practiced it this morning. Screen 2 whiteboard. Hold on. I've got it up there. Okay, I'll put it on the other screen. Okay. No.
Right, we can see your desktop.
Yeah, which is not exactly what I wanted.
Okay.
I wanted.
Well, you have to click on one of the icons.
Now have you got that?
You go. Yeah.
There it is.
Hey,
there it is. You can see it now.
Hey, I'm good, huh?
Yeah. Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's keep going. Swing into screen sharing. No, I've lost it again. There we go. Okay, hold on. We've got something in the way here.
Yeah.
Can you see it clearly?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yes.
Until August. Yeah.
Okay, I found this absolutely fascinating little French lot sent to the gunboat captain in Canton in Xiamen. And there we go. Now, I used to work in Canton. I worked for the Banque Nationale de Paris, and we were the first people in the 1970s to get visas. And occasionally we were allowed to go down to Xiamen, and you could see all the old houses still there. But I'm fascinated by this gunboat. What do you think, Monsieur Badens? Do you think he didn't have enough money? He was getting written to by his bank? I tend to think of Canton as having the European presence, the English presence, but there was actually quite a significant French presence there too. They had one of the original factories, which then they all burnt down. So the gunboat had a little job. Here's the gunboat, the Argus. Can you see it clearly?
Yes.
Good. And this is, I went back in 2019, you can see there one of the old houses. not many of them left on Xiamen. It was a very shallow river. So the gunboat, here's the gunboat, his little gunboat there. It was very shallow, and it was well armed, but it had a crew of 42. So he must have had a busy job, poor little captain, trying to keep the peace with 42 people crammed on there. And here's another of them, sent again to the gunboat, but obviously they couldn't work out whether it was in Canton or Hong Kong. And here's the really beautiful one, because I only actually collect Hong Kong King George V, and all those others are pre-King George V, so it's a shame. But so here's the first cancellation, the Chinese cancellation, and here's the second one. And I can't, there, I've blown it up there. Can anyone read it? It says Canton, something, and then number 4.
Number 4.
Well, is it post office number 4 or what? No?
Could be.
You see, this is it here. This one just has Canton and the date in the old system. But this one, I can't, Canton.
Could be sub-office.
Number 4. It's a what?
Sub-office.
It's an office number 4, is it? Oh, okay. Okay.
I think I can see definitely number 2. I think there's something in the middle.
Yeah, there's something just here.
Yeah.
And then number 4. So Canton something number 4. I turned it round here. So
but there's also a Chinese word, a Chinese character in between the Canton with the 4, number 4.
Do you think? Okay.
Yeah, between the top 2 Chinese character reading from right to left, and there's a little 4, a Chinese character 4 in the middle. So it actually confirms the number 4 at the bottom.
The post office number 4.
Either that or there may be, probably is. Yeah, probably is. Yeah, you'd be right. I can't think of the number 4 chop of Canton.
I don't recognize it at all.
Yeah.
Okay. And
so maybe it's a branch post office, like a sub post office.
That's right, delivery. Yeah.
Yes. Sent to this gunboat, and I mean the gunboat wouldn't have been able to come into Canton because even though it had a very shallow draft, the river was very shallow.
Yeah.
So it couldn't have come very far up. So post office number 4 would have had to run along the river delivering it. It was quite interesting. And his little ship, the Argus, was sunk in the war in 1945. It was sunk in Haiphong in Indochina. You wonder what happened to him. Okay, and here's my other beautiful discovery. I got all these wonderful red band covers addressed to Saigon, direction markings, but they haven't got the English on them. They've only got the Chinese markings here, and then they each have a handwritten Saigon written on it. You see, there's the back of it, and they've each got Saigon written on them beautifully. This one here has a French. If I blow it up for you a bit, you can see it has a French stamp.
Yeah. This is the one on your Facebook, right?
No, there are 8 of them.
No, there are 8 of them. No, that's the one with the combination.
This is the one. This is the one with the French stamp. Yes, Cochin Chin.
Yeah.
But
you put it on Facebook.
Yeah. It's a beautiful thing. They reduced it down.
Why do you think there's a combination franking?
I don't know much about it, really. I wish I could understand, because here's the front of it. I wish I could understand the Chinese writings. Does anyone? Yeah, I'll go through them and then show them all to you, and then I've blown up some of the chops to see if we can read them a bit better. So there's the back of those first 3. Here's the next 3. Again, you can see they've got the address and Saigon written by hand each time on it. And here I blew up some of the chops. You see this one, and I thought that was an H at the bottom, but it's not. It's sorry, it's a Chinese writing. And somebody said to me, there we are, that it was Goldfish Pond.
Yeah. I don't know where that is actually. Well, or where that was.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
You have to ask, like the gulo.com or something. Where that could be. The Goldfish
Where Goldfish Pond
Maybe
was.
Simon could tell us. I don't know. He's
No,
online.
nobody. I hope somebody else there would know.
Yeah.
No.
It's a lot of days. The Winglock Street. I mean, it's just a stone throw from where I'm now.
Yeah.
But I have not heard of Goldfish Pond. Maybe it's just a nickname for somewhere, you know.
Yeah, no, I've never heard of it before.
I think it should be around this area, around the Shangwan area.
Shangwan area, okay.
Where I am right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're beautiful. They're beautiful red band covers, aren't they?
Yeah. Again, I'm a little bit puzzled by why that cover should have a combination franking of the French.
I'll go back to
French Indochine and the Hong Kong stamp.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, there's the front of it here.
Yeah.
And there's the back.
I thought it could have been a Postage Due or something, because it's underneath that brown the 1 cent stamp. There's a 1 cent, and there's the manuscript mark. In the one, and
it wouldn't have been enough postage, definitely. Yeah. Underpaid.
Yeah.
Underpaid postage.
So that could be. That's not Postage Due, right? No, it's not. It's just a 10 centime Indochine adhesive. So, which is the same as the Chinese manuscript. You know.
But all three, the Hong Kong stamps are stamped with the Cochin Sheen cancellation, and not a Hong Kong's cancellation.
That's right. That's right. It was maybe put on board of a ship. See, a lot of these things are just put on board of a private ship.
I go back to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was posted on the ship.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, it could be.
It did not go through. Did not go through.
There's the front. It didn't go through the Hong Kong post office. Whereas the next one, you see, this went through Hong Kong post office.
Yeah.
And I go down to the next one too. That's got the Vietnamese Saigon cancel on it. And yeah, okay. And that's got the Hong Kong cancels on it.
30 cents.
And the Vietnamese cancel there. So they're an interesting collection, aren't they? And I blew up some of the chops here to the markings to try and identify them and see if it actually does say Saigon. But
no, not on the left side. The left side is usually a Hong Kong letter writer mark.
Okay.
Where the letter was with some letter writer around this area, you know, Saigon and Shangwan, and they are kind of letter agency, you could call them. And, you could actually dictate your letter, and then somebody would write it down and then send it.
Yeah.
So that's the letter writer mark. And the right hand side is like ornated seal is probably the bloke who sent the letter. You know, maybe it's private seal.
That chop, it looks like a private one. Yes.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. It's this one that I blew it up. Anyway, I find it fascinating. I don't often see the connection with French Indochina.
So there's also an anomaly in the one slide where you show the backs of the covers with the rates. One slide.
Go back. That one. Yeah. You're on mute, Ingo.
With the strip of 3 of blue 10 cent.
Yeah.
If you just go, I think, forward a couple of slides.
Okay, these ones.
One more. Yeah, so that one. So you see there's on the right side are 30 cents of postage. Yeah. And on the left side, you got 4 cents. 4 cents, I think, was the correct surface rate, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
But the 30 cents, that's a high franking. So I don't know what the explanation is. And it's beautiful with the marginal examples.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea, yes. And it's got the Hong Kong cancels on it.
Heavy letter? Doesn't look like heavy letter? overweight?
Well, heavy red band cover.
Very, very overweight.
Stranger. Interesting though, yeah. I find I've spent hours studying them. They're a lovely collection. Okay.
In the Shanghai area, there were quite a number of postal agencies who sent mail, like possibly this one, with a number of letters inside to the corresponding agent in Saigon, who would then distribute them cheaper.
Yeah. Mm.
Okay, these ones are actually very small. There's one of them that's bigger, but you see this one's bigger, but the other ones are very, very small covers. That one's slightly bigger, but you see this one is quite small. It would have been hard to put very much inside it.
Well,
yeah.
When you're saying that the one with the 3 10-cent adhesive is a quite a big letter.
That one's bigger, yes.
Yeah, it makes sense. They could actually slip, say maybe five letters inside.
Yeah.
They call club mail or something like that.
There's the 2-cent one. If I hold it up with the 2-cent on the back, and another one is bigger. But the rest of them are they're very small. If I hold it up against my face, you can see that they're small.
You're on share screen, so we can't see.
You can't see them by holding them up. Okay, all right. I'll leave it with you then. Thank you for your time.
Yes, thank you. That's very interesting. Yeah.
Okay, shut it down.
Right.
I got it.
Okay. Now you can show us again the difference in size of 2 letters.
You see?
Oh,
that one's a big one.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, that definitely.
Yeah.
The one on your left.
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean, most of them are small.
Many letters.
And most of them are small like this.
Yeah. Standard size red band.
Yeah.
The other one is oversized red band. Thank you very much. Yeah. Anybody got any comments?
Well, in fact, I have a few questions. First of all, why those letters was not posted at Western branch or Shanghai branch, and they were posted in GPO or Victoria instead? The second remark I want to make is that maybe perhaps the $2 or $3 cover was it consist of a pile of other letters inside, so that all of them made together a very heavy packet.
They have different dates on. They're not all the same date. So that's 1908. So they're not all together really. That's September 06.
Yeah, I consider it's 06 and 07, 08, something like that. And at that time, Western branch should have opened it. And I'm just wondering why those letters didn't go to Western branch, but to GPO instead. And also for the $2, $3 letter, and as someone suggests, Richard suggests, maybe it consists of a pile of other letters which were bundled together with one packet and then sent to some agent in Saigon and then distributed to a few addressees. I don't know, just some wow guess.
I don't know, but they're fun anyway.
Actually, that's Simon. I think you're onto something, because club mail, that's sometimes how it went. They would bundle and have a high franking on the top one, like your 30-cent cover, and have a bundle of letters beneath it, sort of tied together. I think because John Wilson has studied those, and that's one thing I remember him talking about. That could be the answer.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. The 30-cent envelope is a bigger one, so it could be.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the sad thing is that I only collecting George V, and those are all too old.
Right. Okay.
Okay, someone else is here. Yeah.
Yeah. Before we move on.
Oh, I can't see. What is
okay.
the date of the large one?
Um, 1908, April 1908.
So I'm assuming that Saigon would be considered to other countries in terms of rates. Then that would be a 3 ounce. No, it wouldn't.
That one had 20, that big one had 20 cents on it.
20.
All the way around, yeah. And the next size up one is the 30-cent one, other way around.
That's 1907.
And that is 1906, the one with 30 cents on it.
Well, the other country rate at that time was 10 cents for half an ounce.
Mm.
So that's 6 ounces.
Yeah. But red band letters were usually not commercial. I mean, they were family things.
Well, there were many agencies sending, especially into China, sending, when it's cheaper, then people were doing it. Putting letters inside other letters and through agencies.
Okay.
And
thank you for your help.
In the cover with a combination of French and Hong Kong stamp, I can see 1 cent in Chinese written alongside the 1 cent Hong Kong stamp.
Okay.
I'm just wondering who wrote it and why was there only or that person wrote only 1 cent.
I think it's Simon. I think it's Postage Due, because the
Really?
letter was sent privately. As you see, all the Hong Kong stamps were cancelled Saigon, and obviously the person who cancelled the Saigon, cancelled the Hong Kong stamps with the Saigon postmark, counted and found out that it was 10 centimes short. So he actually charged the recipient 10 centimes, and then put a postage stamp in lieu of postage due. I mean, maybe that was the postage due. I don't think it looks like ordinary 10-cent postage stamp. I think it's post office.
But as there is a 1 cent in Chinese characters alongside the 1 cent stamp, so I suppose the letter agency should have written that down. But why?
The letter agency would have put the correct postage on it.
Okay, but yeah, I suppose.
So I think maybe because it's a Chinese letter. It's all written in Chinese. Maybe the delivery person knew that the person could speak whatever Vietnam, whatever language, and then the charge put a 1 cent, 10 cents actually, 10 cents a charge mark on.
Yeah, this one you can just raise it a little bit up. Yeah, you can see 一毛. Alongside the 1 cent stamp, right?
Yeah. 10 cents. Well, let's see. Because it's good that actually Sarah actually put that cover up on Facebook, and let's see where the other collectors, maybe the French. You see the French study group that you put it on, or I can't remember, or is it postal history group that you put it on?
I put it on to the Hong Kong one.
Oh, the Hong Kong. Oh, that's right. The Hong Kong stamp and cover, right? Okay.
Yeah.
That group. Okay. Well, let's see what people say anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, they said that's it. I got a gut feeling it's supposed to do.
Okay. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah,
okay.
Thank you,
so
thank you.
If no more questions, I'd like to move on. I think we've got several. Richard's got something to say. Adrian has got something to say. Where's Vince? Vince only got a few quick questions. Vince, are you there? or you've gone offline. I don't see you. You were there. Okay. All right. So Vince's not there. So shall I move on to Richard? Richard, welcome. Haven't seen you for many months.
Yeah, Richard, long time no see.
Yeah, welcome back.
Hey.
I hope you are well.
Yeah, I'm okay. Thank you.
So
you were missed.
Yeah.
Monday suits you fine.
Grandfather duties.
Oh, right. Okay. All right.
Amongst other things. But yeah.
Right. Okay. So you've got something to show us?
I'll try. I mean, I'm old enough now that I've probably completely forgotten everything. No. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Just give me a second. Okay, what can you see there? Can you see the slide?
Mails by the Shanghai BPO.
There's 3 screens. There's the slide, the next slide, and no notes.
The next slide is click more.
Okay, there you go. Now we just got the 1 slide.
Okay. All right. I think what seems like an age ago, I did a short discussion thing on the first phase of Siberian mail. And to be honest, I didn't have very much time to put this together. So I've just put together 1 or 2 covers from my collection here. And I can explain a little bit about the resumption of the Trans-Siberian mails in 1907. So basically, the first phase was suspended in February 1904 at the outset of the Russo-Japanese War, which the Japanese won. And that meant that the railway, which was extensively damaged between Dalny, near Port Arthur, and up to the connection with the Trans-Siberian Railway at Harvey in northern China, was taken over by the Japanese. Mail, after the completion of the Russo-Japanese War in 1907, then mail started to be sent from Shanghai and Hong Kong, and of course other places, but we're mainly interested in these. From Shanghai, you can see on the 22nd of February 1907, the British postmaster was saying that he was accepting letters via Siberia. Mail, it was a weekly mail. And from Hong Kong, they recommenced on the 9th of March, 1907. In both cases, the mails were sent via Shanghai to Vladivostok by a regular line of Russian steamers belonging to the East Asiatic Company. These were the same ones that operated in the first phase, actually. During the war, they were mainly used as hospital ships. Generally speaking, they left Shanghai on Saturdays or Sundays and arrived at Vladivostok on Thursdays or Fridays. So that was the length of the trip. In parallel with this via Vladivostok route, then the Japanese, in April 1907, the Japanese army handed the railway back to the civilian administration. And they were busy repairing these things in their own way. What they did do was build the railway at standard gauge, which was different from the Russian gauge for railways. So that made life quite interesting and complicated in later days, but that's just by the by. So shown here is Shanghai card sent to England from Shanghai on the 12th of March, 1907. So a relatively early edition. And this went with the East Asiatic Company steamer Baltica, which departed Shanghai on the 16th of March for Vladivostok. And it arrived in Manchester, as we can see, on the 11th of April. So that's an example of an early one. I mean, I'm sure there are earlier ones than this, but I couldn't find any in my bundle of covers. If somebody's got earlier ones, then I'm happy to check it out for them, and so on, as usual. Moving through, this route continued as exclusively until around about August 1908, when the Japanese reinstituted mails from Shanghai to what was then called Dairen. It was called Daunian, Russian times. Same place, different occupier. But the route to Vladivostok was still ongoing at that time. So this card is dated the 11th of August, 1908. And this could possibly have been taken on the first sailing of the Kobe Maru, which was the ship used, it was the only ship used for the first year or two on that route. It departed from Shanghai for Dairen on the 14th of August. So the 11th of August, the British Post Office would have put it into that mail if it was using that route. I'll come back to that in a moment. Otherwise, it would have gone via Vladivostok by the Mongolia, which departed on the 18th. The point here is I haven't fully checked this out, to be very honest, but according to a colonial report, the British Post Office in Shanghai first dispatched mail via Dairen by the Kobe Maru on the 3rd of September. So if that's correct, then this card went via Vladivostok. The 3rd of September sailing was the 4th mail carried by the direct route, which saved you 4 to 5 days on your transit time into Europe. So the 4th mail, so there were 4 mails. The first one was on the 14th of August, as I mentioned just a moment ago. Then in weekly terms, 21st of August, 28th, and then the 3rd. So if you've got a cover or card out of Shanghai British Post Office just before the 3rd of September, then you just increased your insurance. This one is from Hong Kong on the 11th of August. No Shanghai markings, incidentally, on this. So therefore, this was probably in the closed mail through Shanghai. And also went on the Mongolia, same as the last card. This card, which was dated the 22nd of August, has a Shanghai transit on the 28th of August. So it probably went as a loose letter. And then it arrived in Postage in Germany on the 21st of September. It probably went to Shanghai on the Butterfield and Swire steamer Fuchao, which departed on the 24th of August. This cover definitely went via Vladivostok and not via Downey or Dairen. How do we know that? Well, there were 2 mail notices in the Shanghai newspapers at that time. And we know that the August 28th sailing, which is bottom left, was the Kobe Maru. And that was delivered in Berlin on the 12th of September. And the mail via Vladivostok of September the 1st, which was the Mongolia, was delivered in the morning of 21st of September. Therefore, Postage, it arrived in the afternoon between 3 and 4 o'clock. So this route carried on in parallel with the more direct route via Downey until the 19th of September, when the British Post Office in Shanghai advised that all mail through their office would be sent via Dairen, unless you specifically stated on the cover or card that you wanted it to go via Vladivostok, but not as unlikely that people would want to do that, given the sailings are weekly in both cases and the difference in delivery time. So this is what I have, but if people have others, I'm sure if you look through your collections and so on, you'll find some interesting stuff. Okay, that's it.
Great stuff.
Short and sweet.
Great stuff. Great stuff. Yeah. So we'll start looking for our collection.
I'm sure many of us covers in 1907.
Yeah. There are lots, but I think we usually collect it for a different purpose than the different routes, rather than maybe
right.
collect it for the picture side, or maybe for the tree-board postmark or something like that. But thank you very much, Richard. That's really good. Okay, so any questions from the floor? Anybody want to ask any questions? Yeah. Okay. So right. Thank you, Richard. I think we can actually move on to the next. Is Vincent there?
Vincent? I'm here. I'm here.
Right,
Andrew.
You've got a few things to show, right?
I do. Yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Sure.
Thank you. Well, first of all, let me just say that I'm having, all of a sudden I lost the camera that shows me, but I hope that when I share the screen, you'll still see see the material I'm trying to show. So we'll try it. I don't know, the browser's not detecting the camera at all, my camera, so bear with me. Sorry for that. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about, I have 4 covers I'd like to show you. And I would also like to get your feedback on these covers, because in each case, they purport to be the earliest known or the earliest recorded for a particular route. Okay, and I'm basing this on some, publications, Lee Scamp's publications in particular. But that was some time ago, maybe 20 years ago or more, and other covers may have been discovered. And so what I would like to do is present these 4 covers. And when you guys have a chance, you guys are some of the foremost experts in collecting Hong Kong and Shanghai and so forth in the world. It would be helpful if you could look through your collections to see if you have something earlier. And the reason I'm doing this is because anytime I try to put an exhibit together or something, I want to do as much due diligence as I can to really determine, I don't want to make claims that are unfounded, okay? And I want to try to determine, is it the earliest or is it not? And look at every possibility. So your help is really appreciated. So here we go. I'm going to share the screen. Hopefully it works. Let's see. Let's see.
Right.
Maybe it's not. Let me try. Let's see. Let's share this again. Okay, maybe, let's see. Is that coming up?
Coming up, yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, so let me make sure I got the right one here. One second. Okay, so the first cover I would like to show, Lee Scamp states that this is the earliest known letter, not just packet letter, but the earliest known letter processed by the Hong Kong Post Office. Okay, and he says that in the postal rate history of China and Hong Kong. It's also stated to be the same in the postal history of the Spanish Philippines by Jeff Lewis and Peterson there. So this is the cover. As you can see, it's Manila to London. So it's passing through Hong Kong, not mail into Hong Kong, but passing through Hong Kong. It's, you could see in the date line, it says Ensayo to China for overland. Ensayo is the name of the Spanish ship, and the date line's August 27, 1841. Okay, and so this is the route that I have determined, Manila, going to Macau. I show an arrival of 6 September. This is based on the Canton Press. Now, Lee Scamp had a 8 September arrival, and that I believe is from the Canton Register. And I don't know how to reconcile the 2 dates. Why one says the 6th, why one says the 8th. I can tell you that the shipping intelligence for both papers, there's some overlap. Some dates are the same, some dates are not the same. But basically, it's clearly, at least by 6 September, if it's in the Canton Press, it should have been there. And I say Macau because by that time, the Canton Press had relocated to Macau. And I believe the Canton Register probably had as well, but that I could not show for sure. The cover then, went from Macau to Singapore, Calcutta, Bombay by the opium clipper Moore. and then onward, you know, with the East India Company, Victoria, overland, and eventually to London. Okay, so and it's due 3 shillings 6 pence for 1/4 to under ½ ounce. All right, this September 6th date, keep in mind. Okay, now I think most people would say that the Hong Kong Post Office opened on the 25th of August, 1841. That's what Lee Scamp says, but it's also the first time that I've been able to find any postal notices or regulations or whatever promulgated by the post office. And the particular notice here basically is saying that anything addressed to the postmaster at Hong Kong or delivered in Macau Roads or Macau, you know, should be handled by the Hong Kong Post Office. There's one subtlety in here I'm not entirely sure about, and it does say that mail packets to the address of the postmaster at Hong Kong. So does that also apply to mail that is transiting Hong Kong? I'm assuming it does, because generally when a ship arrives at a port, it hands the packet to the local authorities, who then process it, and some of it may be for local, some may be forwarded to other ports. So I'm assuming that this does apply to transit mail as well. But however, you guys may have a different view on that. So you have a cover here that basically has no markings for Hong Kong. But if we assume that the Hong Kong office opened for business the 25 August 1841, and we know that the Enseo arrived in Hong Kong on 6 September 1841, can we conclude that this is the earliest letter processed by the Hong Kong Post Office? And has anyone seen anything that would fall even earlier after August 25th, but before September 6th? And so that's the information that I think would be helpful if any of you guys have. And just coming up again, showing I should mention this is a Russell and Sturgis letter, which is annotated under this flap here. It is forwarded from Bombay by W.G. Edmonds and Company. And so that's this one on the, which appears, at least on the surface, to be the earliest letter processed by the Hong Kong Post Office. Okay. That's the first one. I'll go to the second letter now. Unless you have, how do you want to do this? Would you rather comment, any comments one by one, or should I do them all first and then?
I think you better do all of them first.
Okay, I'll do all of them first, and then we can.
And let us think.
Okay, all right. Yeah, so the second one here, the question is this the earliest recorded cover conveyed by the Messageries Imperiales to the Far East? Okay, and this cover predates what Lee Scamp had identified in his book on the French mail. Okay, and this particular one is dated 17 February 1863. And here the routing from Marseille to Alexandria, and then Suez to Galle to Hong Kong. And so this was the 5th voyage of the Indochina line of the French MI. And even though it does not have the endorsement or the instruction, shall we say, of, per French packet or per Messageries Imperiales, whatever, if you look at the P&O dates, the P&O dates bracket the date of this letter, and the routing fits the itinerary of the Messageries Imperiales. It does not fit the itinerary of the P&O. Okay, just to make that clear. And so, and just to, for the description, it was paid to the port for the scenes, and then it was franked with 80 centimes, which paid the 7.5 gram rate to Hong Kong. So that's the second one. Would anybody know of an earlier cover to the Far East? Would be the question. And again, the dates that are important here, you have a date that's arriving Hong Kong, April 3rd, 1863.
I think, Vince.
Yeah.
I think that 4 might not be 4 décime.
Oh, 4, what is it? 4 is what then?
I think it's 4 penny. I think that rate, that 80 centime was actually paid to Alexandria or something like that. And then there was a part postage to be paid. With PP, definitely part paid.
Well, there's also a PD. There's also a PD.
Oh, it's a PD. Oh, sorry, there's a PD.
Yeah, there's a PD there as well. And according to Sal's, this is the rate to Hong Kong. 80 cents.
Yeah, 80, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So I, but I could look further into it, but I believe this is, the rate to the. Well, I'm not sure about the 4.
Well, the 4 is the 80 centimes. India letters to letters from India to Hong Kong is always very similar manuscript.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, let me think about it. Okay.
All right.
Let me think about it.
Okay.
Oh,
So that's the second one. Third one. Now, this is to Shanghai. Would this be the earliest cover going to Shanghai by the Messageries Imperiales?
Mm-hmm.
And this one is actually coming all the way from Boston. And so you had the Boston Exchange office marking here, July 24th. And this cover, if I go down here real quick, it was actually placed in a closed mail bag. You could see it was French closed mail.
Yeah.
And it was taken to New York and placed on a steamer. And I tracked it down to the Hamburg American Line packet, Russia. And the Hamburg American Line was under an American contract during this period of time, because all the US steamships have been removed from the North Atlantic routes due to the Civil War. So the US had contracted with other shipping packet companies to carry the mails. And what's interesting is you can see within the arrival marking, the French entry marking here, you have an octagonal ring in the middle, and that was used for American packets. If that had been a circular ring, it would have been a British packet.
Yeah.
And this ring actually tells you a lot of information, and it's telling you it's coming from the United States, but also the C is for Calais, and there's an A in there as well for, I believe, for America. But I don't know a lot about transatlantic mail, but apparently there's quite a bit of information in there, and it was processed by Team E, the postal Team E. So when it got to Calais, it was placed on a railroad car, and then it was unsealed so that they could process the mail there in France. Okay, and so it was processed by this postal Team E, and we know all that again from this entry stamp. Okay, and then went to Paris, and then we had the routing from Marseille to Alexandria, Suez, Gao, Hong Kong. And then eventually Hong Kong to Shanghai per Hidaspi. and it paid 30 cents, and you had 21 cents credit to France. The credit is here in red. And we don't actually have an arrival mark for Hong Kong, or for a transit mark for Hong Kong or Shanghai arrival, but we have the annotation here, received October 2nd. And so again, the question on this one is, does anyone know of a cover, an earlier cover that would have gone by Messageries Imperiales to Shanghai? And again, if there's earlier covers, that's great. It'd be nice if this is the earliest one, but it may not be. But I want to do what's right and just convey the accurate information as best I can. Okay, so the last one I have, this was the cover that is illustrated in Scamp. And he says it's the earliest one originating in France. Okay, so it's a French origin, conveyed by Messageries Imperiales to Shanghai. This one is a little later date, and certainly there may be something earlier, but I don't know. But at any rate, you can see the postmark is 18 February, 1864. It has, your Marseille transit there 19 February, then arrived in Hong Kong April 2nd, 64. And this one was actually carried from Hong Kong to Shanghai by a chartered British steamer, the Lotus. And that's because the Hydaspes had a collision with the Hellespont below Wusong and was unavailable. So they went out and chartered the Lotus, and that actually carried it that last leg to Shanghai. And this one, the rate to Shanghai was actually 70 centimes for 7.5 grams.
Correct.
Okay, so these are the four covers that may or may not be the earliest for the particular routing and conveyance by the packet, by the Messageries Imperiales, or in the first case by P&O and the Spanish ship Enseo and the Opium Clipper Moore. So it'd be interesting if you guys, even if you don't have comments today, I'm happy if you want, I can send this PDF to you, and you can look at your own collection to see if you have anything earlier, or if you know of anything earlier. But it'd be helpful to know if anybody has anything earlier than these dates.
Yeah, well, I think that's the best thing. Just can't tell you offhand.
Yeah, exactly, and I understand that. So, so I'm happy to send this around if if you want, and I will. I could just send it, I guess, to the list, the distribution list, or
send it to Nick or something, published in the journal, Study Circle Journal, if you like.
Okay. Could do that as well.
That's an idea. That's another idea.
Send it to Nick. Okay.
Nick to be published on the Study Circle Journal, because there are a lot of other people, collectors, around, who
okay,
be able to tell you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Great. Thanks very much for sharing. It's fascinating. I just cannot tell you offhand. Because it's
of course. I didn't really expect today any answers, but at any rate, I just wanted to kind of surface this and get it out there. And any questions, let me know. So okay, thanks, guys.
Okay, thanks, Vince. Yes, it's good to hear from you. Yeah.
Yep.
Great. Any questions, or have you got an answer already? No, I suppose not. No. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Andrew.
Yes,
the only
Sam.
comment to Vince is that if he's exhibiting, he should write the article.
Yeah, yeah.
Then he might get more points for knowledge.
Oh,
quoting
sure.
that he have, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
Vince, that's my suggestion. Write it.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Now,
Sam,
if
I thought that you left
PC Shaw wants it, there'll be a fight, right?
Yeah.
Professor Shaw, are you still there? Do you want that instead of Nick?
Well, I'm still here, yes. I will check. And yeah, we'll take a look.
Yeah. I thought, Sam, you sent an apology earlier.
I sent an apology because I don't have any time to dig up anything.
All right.
I'm flying. I'm flying away
tomorrow
to St. Pierre Miquelon tomorrow. So.
Okay. So you still got time. All right. Okay. Right. Well, without further ado, I mean, Adrian actually sent me an email, but you know, like half an hour ago, and so Adrian's actually got something to share. So Adrian, you're muted. Can you unmute yourself, please? Right. Yeah. Okay.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you will. Yeah.
Hi. I've got a few small things just to show.
Yeah.
A couple questions to ask, really. So I'll share the screen. Ooh. So the first off is a pair of base office cancellations that I found. So, I mean, most of you probably know that the China Expeditionary Force at the time of the Boxer Rebellion was the initial force was largely replaced by Indian brigades, with which came a postal unit. And the base, including the post office, was moved from Weihai Wei to Hong Kong in August 1900 until 1903, when they then moved to Tientsin. And the Indian troops were there for 23 years. Not all the same people, of course, but yeah, there was a unit there for a long time. From 1903, they used Hong Kong civilian post offices, so you don't see the base office mark. And officially, they should have used Indian stamps. This was a concession, so I don't suppose they minded if you used Hong Kong stamps because you were paying more. Web recorded surprisingly few of these in a variety of formats.
Adrian, we're not seeing your covers, or we're just seeing the screen of your folder.
Ah, that's weird. You're not seeing the pictures?
No.
Screen sharing, it says. That is very strange.
Open the file.
I have.
Huh?
I'm seeing pictures. You're seeing that.
You're seeing your folder.
Yeah, you're seeing the one. You're seeing the next level.
Yeah.
Adrian, I think you should close, share, unshare, and then share again, and then select the right screen.
Right. Oh, there we are. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
So yeah, so here you can now see a pair of 2-cent rows dated 17th September 1900. Webb showed a copy of one of these in, I think, plate 21 of his book. Well, of this postmark on a 4-cent grey. But his only record of 2-cent rows was dated 17th September 1900. This is not the usual base office postmark that he actually illustrated on the page. This only appeared in the plate. More frequently, there were a single circle with a variety of index letter date and time formats. Interestingly, though, this postmark also appears on the back of the 1989 World Cup winning envelope. And I think it's the very same hand stamp because you have the same bulge along the bottom line just after the time on both postmarks. I don't know if these are as scarce as Webb seemed to indicate, because I have seen another one since. But anyway, I just thought it was interesting. It's the very same hand stamp, probably. That was the first piece. Now, how do I get to the next one? Maybe stop the share. Share screen again. The second follows from the talk of postage dues. Now, again.
You have to open the file first and then select it before you share
the screen. Like that. The last two meetings have been about postage dues. So,
what's that? Oh.
Now, this is a Frama label from 1998.
Yeah.
One of the, I've got the set, but this one showed the postage due overprint best. I can't find it in a catalogue. Does anyone know of this?
No.
Very unusual.
Not
completely new to me. I've never seen this.
That's right. Yeah.
I mean, it did occur to me it might be a forgery, but they didn't do very well out of it because I paid next to nothing for them for the set. So
very interesting. Is it a rubber hand stamp or something like that?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a rubber hand stamp.
And maybe one post office ran out of postage dues, but you'd think, I don't know, why choose Frama?
Well, I could have used a postage stamp. I don't know.
Yeah, they could have used the postage stamp. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
What's interesting to me is that the postage due is beneath the printing of the Frama design.
Is it above it? Really?
Do you think that's underneath?
I think they had, I don't know, this is hard to decipher, but I think they had somebody put the postage due hand stamp and then
on the paper and
over
and then put it in the Frama machine.
Yeah.
Well, I think it indicates that this is a fake, that they just took the design of the Frama and put it on, because also all those little dots of the printing, that tells me it's quite possible to be like an inkjet printer.
I'll have to compare that to the other Framas.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, my first instinct was that it was a fake, but odd thing to fake, very strange.
I mean, if they really issued postage due from us, that would have been published and known, and we would have seen it, because there's a ton of these Framas around.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyways, it's a curious thing. Definitely something I've never seen before.
I think
in my collection of fakes.
Yeah. I can't really tell which is above or below, you know, from a scan like this. Maybe Adrian, you could use a magnifying glass and check out which is on top and which is below.
Yes, I'll have another look.
Yeah.
That brings me.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anyway,
from the dots of the printing, it seems that it's just like a matrix printer, and yeah, I'm not sure what kind of printing technology were used for the original Frama machine outside GPO, and yeah, it's a little bit strange to have a postage due mark on it or underneath it, but I think it's difficult to tell because of the intensity of the color. Seems that the postage due is underneath, but it is difficult to say. And yeah, it's strange that it has never been reported. The most dedicated collector of these things has never reported such a postage due on the Frama label. Yeah, it's a little bit strange.
What was the postage rate at the time? I mean, if it's a postage due, then if it's $1.30, then times 2 is $2.60. See? So I just wonder whether it's only appearing on the $2.60 value.
No, I have the whole set, the standard set for.
Right.
This one just showed the postage due best.
Ah, okay, right.
But anyway, an interesting thing.
Very interesting.
Which brings me finally to a cover. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yep. I'm collecting these oval stamps, which mostly are Manila or dollar line. But this is a cover, November 20th, 1894, via San Francisco, which has 17 on it. It has the additional circle, which is, I don't think the dollar line had. So I don't know if anyone has any ideas. I think what I have thought during this meeting is maybe I should check which boats sailed at that date. But I don't know if anyone has any ideas about this 17.
Just our arrival, isn't it? San Francisco arrival.
Yeah.
It's just duplex. This is a duplex mark.
Yeah.
And it's just a post office chop. Just arrived. Maybe it's just arrived. Hasn't been redirected. So
no.
If you just arrived, have you checked the dates? Whether obviously sent to San Francisco would be by the Trans-Pacific ship.
Yeah, so it arrives San Francisco, December
that's right.
15th, so 1894.
Well, coincide with the arrival date of the ship. I don't think it's a boat cancel.
No, I don't know.
Yeah,
I just wondered if.
No, it's definitely an arrival.
Yeah,
but I'm also curious about the manuscript notation San Jose. Because San Jose is a little bit south of San Francisco, but I mean the addressee is in Cleveland. Oh, Cleveland Avenue, California. Oh, I see. Okay, what it was, they didn't show the name of the city. They just showed the.
Yeah, so they've added. Yeah, Cleveland. Yeah, it must be Cleveland.
And so they add the. Yeah, okay, it must be in San Jose.
Yeah,
it could well be San Francisco arrival.
I'm not sure whether there's any Chinatown in San Jose.
Sorry, yeah. It could well be the San Francisco arrival marking, because it's on the same slant as the San Francisco and next to it. So, but then I'd expect it to be quite well known as an arrival marking. But
yeah.
Notice that San Francisco is in a different handwriting.
Yeah.
Could it be done on arrival? It was just shipped to San Francisco without the San Francisco address, and the post office then wrote that on?
That would be my guess, Sam. The San Jose is
because the first three Chinese character, Sandose, could actually be a translation.
San Jose, yeah, Sandose.
San Jose, yeah, Sandose is San Jose in Chinese.
Yes.
I think
interesting cover.
The duplex
interesting.
Transit mark.
Yeah.
Well, it was handled at San Francisco and the San Jose added on.
Yeah. So it's obviously Cleveland Avenue, San Jose. I could check that address on Google. But yeah, so an arrival marking that it's interesting. So that's all. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Adrian. In fact, I have a question about the base post office. And you mentioned that the expedition force was in Hong Kong during 1900 and until 1923, right? And they were using the Indian postmarks for the first few years. But do you know where exactly was that base post office located?
No, I don't. No, it'd be interesting to find out.
Yeah, and I suppose those Indian troops were located in the Richfield Barrack in today's Kowloon Park. So I suppose the base post office may be located somewhere in Kowloon. I don't know, but I have no information about that.
Yeah.
Well, I can give you an answer.
Ah, good.
Yeah, it happens that there are two covers of the base office. Shall I show it to you?
Yeah.
Yes, do.
Okay, I will share the screen then. Yeah, you can see this one. This is one. I have written something here. So this one is in 1901, but the postmark is interesting. It has a 01 omitted. Yeah.
Okay.
But this base office is in the Murray Barracks. Okay. It's operated from August 10th, 19,000 until it finally closed in 31 May 1903. Yeah. So this is this postmark does not have the 01, the year mark, but we got another one. I got another one with the 01 mark in. Yeah. So it happens I just got these two in my collection.
You think the 01 mark on the other one is poorly struck or just left out?
Well, it's in fact omitted. Can't see anything.
Just a weak struck, weak postmark, it's poorly struck postmark or not of the year.
Yeah, but just do not have the 01. Yeah. I get a rifle mark at the back. Yeah. So it's quite sure there's 01.
Yeah.
Professor, just for my curiosity, where did you get the information about the location at Murray Barrack of the base post office? Some from reports or newspaper, or where did your information come from? Do you remember?
Several reference book. Just forget where I got the information, but this is what I found at that time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so these would hopefully can supplement what Adrian has said.
Right. Good.
So before 1903, when the base post office was closed, so did all the correspondence or letters or mails from the CEF went to the base post office, or did some of them went to the local post office, which should be GPO or county post office instead?
You say for the Indian troop?
Yeah, for the mails from the troops from the Indian troops.
The biggest troop was at Wei Highway.
No, after Wei Highway, when they were relocated to Hong Kong.
And then they moved to Hong Kong.
Yeah, when they were in Hong Kong, obviously most of the letters would go to the base post office for posting. But do you know whether there was any mails from those CEF force in Hong Kong went to GPO or county post office instead?
That I am not too sure. Would Adrian know about it?
Well, if they'd gone to the GPO, they would have just been treated as ordinary Hong Kong mail.
Mm-hmm.
So they wouldn't have a base office postmark.
Yeah, that's true. You have this particular postmark.
Yes, because in fact I have a record of a mail from CEF, but that mail was cancelled with a KB chop instead, and the year should be let me see, it is 1901.
Oh, so you have a CEF Indian stamps on mail with a Hong Kong postmark?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you want me to share it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah. I'll unshare this one.
Yeah, okay. Just a moment. Yeah, okay. Let me try to share. No, I need to open it first. This one. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's been posted in Victoria.
No, it's having a KB, the big KB single ring chop alongside.
The typical ring.
KB. Oh yes.
So it should be posted at the Kowloon branch. So so that's why I was always asking the same question: where was that base post office located? Because my initial thought what was that it was located somewhere near Kowloon branch.
How come the Hong Kong post office accepted it, the CEF postcard?
I don't know. I have no idea in fact.
Interesting though. So the other covers were in Indian soldiers, whereas this is addressed to a British captain. So it's quite possible that the British captain was, well, more mobile, maybe living outside the barracks. I don't know, or whoever sent it to the British captain. It's interesting, isn't it?
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for the information. I'll stop sharing now.
Simon, what's on the other side of that card? Is it in English?
Is the other side of the postcard in English?
I cannot remember. I will check.
Yeah.
I will check. Yeah, please continue first. Let me see whether I have the information of the car.
Adrian, I've got another thought. Because of the San Francisco different handwriting, and usually the covers I have, the San Francisco receiver are put on the back. And you may have something there with that duplex 17, because, you know, it seems like somebody is trying to make a point that, you know, to put it on front rather than on the back. And I don't remember seeing, I don't remember seeing a 17 on duplex from San Francisco on on incoming mail.
I think you'll find this, because it's redirected, the 17 will be put on by San Francisco as a forwarding.
Yeah. So you got something with the 17 duplex there.
Yeah, that explains it, yeah.
Is there another San Francisco receiver on the back?
There is.
Aha.
December 13th, 1894, San Francisco paid all.
Yes.
December 15th.
That should be the regular receiving mark.
Yeah.
San Jose.
17 is a redirection marking.
From San Francisco to San Jose.
Yes.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yes, that makes sense. So that's the back. I don't know if you can see.
Go back a bit. I'll focus.
No, it doesn't. No, I can't. It's not focusing on it.
No.
But anyway, yes. So the 7th, that's great. Thank you.
Yeah.
I wonder whether there's the same address in San Francisco, because they're all 6th Street or whatever. And another one, wild guess, is that this was actually sent to the local post office in San Francisco, handling that street, and that you might find that duplex 17 is actually that post office.
Ah.
Yeah. Good. Right. So, anybody got anything to show? Okay. Remember that you could, aside from actually showing it on the Zoom meeting, you want more comments, you have to write it up and either put it to give it to Nick or give it to PC, so that that the newsletter and the journals get a wider audience, so they could actually read it. There are more people who can read it, and probably they will send you some comments rather than the Zoom meeting. Of course, the other place to do it is the Facebook or something like Sarah did. She actually posted that cover on Facebook, and there were all sorts of unexpected people that comment on it. So I mean that's a very good, another good way of doing it. So I mean, Nick is always looking for more articles, whether it's long ones or short ones. It's very useful. And PC, of course, it's always dying for interesting snippets and things like that. Okay, Simon, you got something to show?
Sorry, I don't have any time to prepare.
All right, okay.
Easy traveling all these days.
Yeah, that's right. Yes. So there's plenty to. Yeah. Okay. Fine. I think it's 10:30 p.m. in Hong Kong. I think we have had a very interesting hour and a half of a meeting. I think what I'll do is I've got something to show, but my little thing will probably last another half an hour, which would be little bit too late for the people in Hong Kong. Or anyway, so I'll show it next time in the show and tell. So anyway, Well, thank you very much for attending the meeting and your participation. And we'll see you next month. You know, just to do either a show and tell or go back to Postage Due if you like. So anyway, have a nice afternoon, evening, and it's good night from Hong Kong here, and it's goodbye from me. Okay, thank you very much. Okay,
Thank you.
Bye bye.